I just got done with my third experience at Broken Arrow, the elementary school. I worked with the second graders today, and we are supposed to discuss the African American boys. Well, in my class, I noticed that there were no African American boys that was in the prime time care that we were looking over, so I couldn't really relate to the third experience. But with my own experience, I've noticed that teachers will treat the black boys that are black much more different than they would treat the white boys, and I think it has a lot to do with like them being in families and being known to be in gangs and not to care about school much and more into drugs. And I've noticed a lot of that, and that I think that teachers can take a lot of prejudice on how they act and can assume that, they won't do their homework or they won't care to show up to class. And so I think that it's really important, especially at a young age, to show black boys that they are important and that there's nothing that's better about white boys than them, and they have just as much support in their education as white boys do. I did notice with the black girls that they all hung out with white girls. There was no cliques, there was no diversity, there was no bullying, and so I was really shocked and really happy to see that there was no race issues between the girls. And I also don't think that if there were to have been a black boy there, that he would have any issue playing with the other white boys that were there. There were some Mexican children, and they all were completely normal with the other kids, so I definitely don't think that there were any issues or could have had any issues there. I did see there was an instance today where a little girl was really interested in wanting to see my phone, and she had one of the helpers yell at her to continue her work, and she wasn't listening and was trying to be all over me, and I felt very uncomfortable because I don't really feel like I have any authority to tell her no or yell at the little girl. So I just kind of told her that she needed to listen to the helpers and that I would show her my phone later if she did good with her work. It's really interesting doing these little experiences because it really shows you what it's like to be a teacher and how to treat the children and how to show yourself and the patience that you need to prove to them that they are worth it. And so that was my third experience.